I'm excited to be in y'all's company. It's been really great, right? I feel like after listening to what everyone had to say today and participating in the movement exercises, that some of what I'm going to say is a little bit redundant, but I think that's a good thing because it solidifies the information in your mind, right? The repetitiveness of it. And I think the beautiful thing today with what Cullen and Elitia were able to curate today is that each person was able to build off of or reference back to what the person before them shared or the people before them shared. So I'm excited to get in here with you guys. I'll start off with the definition of wellness. And this is my definition, my understanding of what wellness is to be in a state of overall health, wherein there's balance between all the different aspects of life. So that is your physical health, your mental health, your social health, your nutritional health, emotional health. I think I might have said that one already. But all of these things together mean that you have total wellness. If there's imbalance in any of the areas that I mentioned, then you're not in a state of total wellness. So you can be physically healthy, but emotionally unwell, which means that you don't have total wellness. You can be a person who eats well, who exercises every day, and who has, all this confidence, but you don't get along with anybody. There's an imbalance somewhere if you can't relate to other people. And that reflects back to what Elitia and Cullen were talking about with being happy and healthy within yourself so that you can then relate to other people in a way that is healthy and contributing to our society, right? I talk a lot about this microcosmic, macrocosmic way of being in the world. And if you know anything or remember anything about biology growing up and the structure of our bodies being multiple cells, right, linking together to make this one organism that is us. If you think about how we are built to be the us, this world that we live in could be like a huge cell in which each individual, each organism, whether it's a tree or a cat or a bird, all works together to create the world that we live in. And if one cell is sick, then the body is not in a good state, right? That's what we're seeing with cancer in the world, right? Where you have these unhealthy cells that are really dead cells that are sucking the life energy out of everything around it. And that's what you could be if you're not taking care of yourself and you're walking as this toxic being in the world, creating disharmony, creating sadness, creating frustration and stress around you. And that's going to spread to other people around you. If we think about the COVID-19 situation right now, you can have a room full of healthy people and one person carrying this virus within them, and then it will spread and impact the other people. So it's very important to recognize that when you take care of yourself, then you help create a healthy environment for everyone and everything around you as well. When you're taking this holistic wellness idea into yourself, to reflect upon it and to build upon it and then hopefully share at some point. You want to think about the importance of movements. Kenyatta and Randall did such a great job of moving us today. But outside of being fit, outside of having this cosmetic benefit to working out or moving, when you're moving, you are helping with the mechanical process of circulating your blood through your body, which means that you are helping to move the necessary ingredients for the chemistry within your body to happen. The blood, which carries our oxygen and the nutrition from the things that we eat. You want that to move to all of your tissues so that they all benefit. And that cannot happen as well if you're stagnant, if you're not moving. if you're lying still, if you're, and it might not be your whole body. It might be that you don't walk enough, so your knees and your ankles are impacted, or that you sit too long, so your spine and your sacrum are impacted, or you're tense all the time, and so there's no movement through your shoulders and your neck because you're constantly in this state of anxiety or whatever it is that's causing blockage. So it's important to move so that you're helping to circulate that life's blood through your body. And then the nutrition piece, which Chef Peggy did such a great job in sharing about. You are what you eat. I don't think a lot of people really go beyond the superficial understanding of what that means. I just mentioned that there's a chemistry that's happening within the body. We're essentially, with eating, with ingesting different products, putting the ingredients that our body needs to create all these different chemical reactions. And if you don't have all the supplies, as she said, then you're not going to get the product that you're wanting to get. You'll get something else. I like to think about like chemical elements that are harmless in our world, right? Rubbing alcohol, completely harmless, helpful, topically on the skin to clean, right? Bleach, clean your house very well, harmless. But if you mix bleach and alcohol together, then you have a toxic product, right? Very harmful. Same thing can happen within your body. You have to be careful of the ingredients you're placing in and what kind of reaction they have together inside your body. Chef Peggy also mentioned paying attention and knowing whether something is beneficial to your body. Thank you. Or is it something harmful? Milk might do a body good for Jennifer down the street, who, you know, it gives her energy, it helps her bulk up, but every time you put it in your body, it tears your stomach up. So you have to know what your body needs. What ingredients does your body need to create the product that you want? Connecting to earth and something higher using your chosen path. So that lends to spiritual health. And I think I forgot that one earlier. I knew I was missing one. When you think about being holistically well, being in a state of wellness, your spiritual health is very important too. And so, as Elitia and Cullen were saying, you want to connect with yourself first. That's really important. We are spiritual beings, right? Living in this physical world. We have this vessel that we're blessed with to carry us through this world that we have to take care of, but we have to reflect and recognize ourselves within the vessel. So we have to understand who we are, where we are, and then depending on your path, whatever your connection is outside of yourself, but connecting your spiritual self to something greater. So for some, that might just be walking outside and recognizing the wind and recognizing the tree growing and recognizing that there are other people that we're connecting to. For some, you go to church every Sunday. Church is going to be meaningless if you're not first connected to yourself and understanding who you are so that you can connect to the greater spirit, right? For some people, it might be that they meditate or that they take time to breathe. Whatever your practice is, you have to be able to center yourself in that and connect yourself in that to have wellness in that state, which then moves us to the social piece so that you can interact in a healthy way to other people. And I already went over what that looks like. And if you're not taking care, it's a cancer in the world or it's a COVID-19 in the world, if you're not taking care of building healthy social relationships. And then maintaining your sanity. I came into the meeting a little bit late because I couldn't find my link, but I saw on the screen something about not carrying somebody else's stuff or not carrying what doesn't belong to you. And I feel like there's a lot of burdens that people will carry that have nothing to do with them. If it's not your stuff, you don't need to be carrying it around. If you have your own stuff and it's too heavy, then you need to go find some support to help you carry the weight that you're carrying around and possibly dispose of some things. And they need to be disposed of in the proper receptacles. And it was a huge event. And so that took a lot of like behind the scenes, right? And there were so many women walking around griping because I wanted a swag bag. I wanted to be in line for the massage. They don't have enough people to dip. Like they were just and barking at the people hosting this event about releasing wellness and finding health, right? And so there was an opportunity to come up and speak. And so I went up and I said, you know, sometimes you're carrying stress, or you're anxious, or you're angry, and it's just been building up, right? You're carrying this stuff everywhere you go, and it's toxic. It's not healthy. It's not good for your body. And there is a proper receptacle that should be placed, but people don't think about that, and they just dump it on whoever they come up to. And I equated it to walking around with a bag of trash, and then you're at your friend's house and you just decide this is heavy, and you just take the trash and start dumping it into your friend's living room. That's not where that goes. You know what I mean? So you're upset, and you're at the bank, and you decide to dump all your week-long anger on the bank teller. Or you come home from work and you're mad at everybody at your job, and you're yelling at your kids, and your kids are like, you know, what did I do? Or your spouse. So you have all this toxic energy you're carrying, and it doesn't belong with you, but it also doesn't belong in just some random place. And if you can't figure out where it goes, then you need to connect with people that can help you take it to the proper receptacle. That might be a counselor, that might be a therapist, that might be your pastor at church, but you need to get some support so you put those things where they belong so that you can keep your mental health right. And when you have all of those things, then you have overall wellness. So how can I help in this area? As an acupuncturist, a lot of my work, as was said in my bio, is through emotional and digestive health. I talk about those two things a lot because that's the foundation for having wellness. If you're not putting toxins in, then you're less likely to have a toxic environment, and then all that other stuff comes from, right? If you do have something, excuse me, you do have something going on that's a little less than kosher and clean, then you need to work that out emotionally as well. So with acupuncture, people come in, and if you're not familiar, you might just know that, you know, needles are placed in different areas of the body. What you may not know is that as those needles are placed and are stimulated, you have this foreign metal device going into your body, breaking through your protective layer, your skin. And so there's an immediate response from your immune system. Like, hey, something broke through, need to go check it out. So you're going to have increased blood circulation as your body goes to repair any damage, as your white blood cells go to look for any infection that might happen because something has penetrated your skin. So you're immediately in an improved state of health because your immune system is responding first to this invasion, right? To this break in the skin.
Wow.
In addition to that, did somebody say something?
No, I just said, wow. That's a great explanation.
You put us on mute.
Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. In addition to that, when there's any level of pain, your body is going to respond with certain chemicals, endorphins, that help keep you relaxed so you don't go into shock, that help mitigate that pain. So now you have the immune system responding, and now you have this other system responding, sending these chemicals to calm you down. And sometimes you just need that, right? You're in this high state of stress. You're living in fight or flight because you're driving through traffic. There's pollution that you're breathing in. Your boss is yelling. Your kids are crying, right? You need to relax. And so it's this activation of that system. And then there's the intention behind the treatment itself. So you know, and your therapist knows that you've come to relax. So you're relaxing, you're laying on the table, and you're coming to this state of relaxation. And then if you have some kind of pain or other tissue level issue or nerve level issue, then your body is responding because this metal device is interrupting the pain, the pain signaling that's happening between your nerve endings and your brain. So now central nervous system is involved, and it's redirecting that signaling. Like if it's something old, then your body's like, well, should that signal still be on? I thought I turned that off. I didn't realize it was still on. You know what I mean? There's a communication that's happening between the needle inserted in your body, your nervous system, right? Your blood, all those things together help bring you to a state of health.